Every human life eventually faces the same wall. We wonder if consciousness simply vanishes into the black, or if we transition into a predetermined landscape like heaven or hell. Imagine dying in a sudden, tragic accident and immediately waking up here, floating in a pitch-black void. Standing before you is a massive entity made of shifting stars and nebulae. You ask the being if you are dead and if this is the afterlife. It confirms your death, but it dismisses the idea of a final resting place. Instead, it tells you that you are being sent back. You are going to be born again. The destination isn't the future, but the deep past. The entity explains that your next life will be as a peasant girl in China in the year 540 BC. This backward trajectory reveals a hidden truth about our reality. If a soul can be dropped into a body 2,500 years before its previous life ended, then the linear sequence of history is a local phenomenon. Our perception of time as a one-way street is an illusion. The entity explains that time only exists within the confines of our physical universe. From its perspective, the entire history of humanity is visible all at once. This diagram shows how a single consciousness inhabits millions of lives across every era. Because the timeline loops, the soul leaves overlapping trails, inhabiting countless bodies without meeting itself. Every stranger you've ever passed is another version of you, existing elsewhere in the same loop. You were the king who commanded an empire. You were the slave who built his monuments. Every historical role was played by you. The distinction between self and other is a trick of biology. We are looking at a single entity experiencing existence through billions of different isolated perspectives. In this closed system, every historical interaction is a solitary experience. In every conflict, the person delivering the blow and the person receiving it share the exact same identity. For one lifetime, you were Abraham Lincoln, but the person who stepped into his theater box to assassinate him was also you, a version of your own consciousness occupying a different point in the loop. This logic extends to the darkest moments of our history. You were Adolf Hitler, and you were every one of the millions of victims who suffered under his regime. Every act of violence throughout time was entirely self-inflicted. By the same measure, every act of kindness you ever showed a stranger was actually a gift you gave to yourself. Why would any system require a single soul to endure every joy and every agony in human history? Because this universe is a biological structure. It is an egg, a vast incubator created for only one person. This nebula illustrates the scale of the environment needed for a consciousness to grow. This vast expanse of stars and galaxies functions as a targeted incubator, designed for a single occupant. You are a cosmic fetus. This entire reality was constructed to facilitate your development into a mature deity. A consciousness cannot reach maturity until it has absorbed the data of every possible human experience. You must feel every pain and think every thought before you are ready to be born. Until that moment, you are the only consciousness in existence. You have always been completely alone in this universe. So, the next time you look into the eyes of a stranger, recognize what is happening. You are simply looking at yourself, waiting for the universe to hatch.